So today is going to be pretty much just shoulders. That's it. Shoulders, well, and then cardio. So as we get deeper into this, we're going to need to speed it up just a tiny bit, right? Because there's a point where if you're taking it too slow, I think that will now eventually definitely you can get into dieting fatigue, and I'm getting to the point where I got to speed it up just a tiny little bit. So that means I just up my cardio more. So I'm keeping the calories between 1,700 to 2,000, just depending. I'm not going above 2,000 calories, and I'm just moving more. So 10,000 steps a day. Then I do pretty much an hour and a half of cardio. I know a lot of people say it's not cardio, but guys, it is cardio. If you're walking on a treadmill on an incline and your heart rate's above 120, that's cardio. So now, is it crazy zone 2, zone 3 cardio? No. It's light intensity, low impact cardio. You're still getting your heart rate above 120, and it's still doing the job, right? You're still burning calories quicker, and it helps me get my 10,000 steps as well. So like, it's doing its job, right? But then I'm also doing the Peloton session. So on top of like walking for an hour and a half on an incline with probably about 2 speed, anywhere from 2 to 3, just depending on how my nerve feels and like my leg feels. I'll go anywhere from 2 to 3 speed, and then adding the 20-minute cardio session on the Peloton. So I'm probably, and so when I meant by upping my cardio, right, it's pretty much, instead of just walking on the treadmill at a 0 incline and just pretty much getting my 10,000 steps in, I'm putting it at an incline and keeping my heart rate at 120. So that's what I've done differently the past couple days, and I'm feeling pretty good, and the scale's dropping a little bit quicker. So remember, I told you guys we went back up a little bit. Now we're dropping down again consistently. We're actually now starting to drop about 0.2 of a pound a day instead of 0.2 of a pound for a week. So, but like I said, the way you're gonna see your weight loss is it's gonna be like up and down, up and down, up and down. But then you're gonna look at it from zoomed out, like a 90-day total, and you're gonna see it still going down, right? So it's just one of those things where I think a lot of people put an unrealistic expectation on themselves. Like, they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds of fat in 90 days, right? Or like 60 days. Let's say 60 days. 90 days, that's more realistic, but 60 days, right? Or because there's only about 60 more days until summer. I think we're at like 57 days until summer. So you'll get someone that's like, I want to lose 30 pounds before summer, so in 57 days. And that just really puts an unrealistic expectation, because what a lot of people do, and I used to do this, is I would go too little calories and just like try to lose as much fat as possible. And then what happens is you just starve yourself, and then you go into a binging cycle. So it's like you just restrict yourself so badly that all of a sudden you go crazy one day, and you just totally ruin the diet, and you just ruined going absolutely low calories for those like few days, right? So slow is kind of the way, especially when you have a lot of body fat, because it's going to make you more successful in the long run. Because when you try to do it just quickly, it never really ends well. The only time that I see it end pretty well is if like someone is a professional bodybuilder and they're like, okay, I got 120 days before my show, it's time to start cutting. You know what I mean? But they don't also have tons of fat to lose, right? They don't have that much fat to lose. I'm talking more about someone who has a lot of fat, kind of like me, or like someone that might be like 300 pounds and they want to lose fat, right? That's what I'm talking about. Like, we want to make sure to take it slow over time, and so you're more successful. Because you like, I see it all the time, and too, I honestly did it as well. I used to do it all the time, where I would just restrict myself like crazy, and then I'd binge eat and totally just throw off my progress. So slow and steady is the way to go, but I do need to speed it up just a tiny bit, because like I said, I'll run into that risk of being in a diet too long, which causes diet fatigue, which you can take little breaks. You can take a couple weeks off by just being at maintenance or a little bit above maintenance, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I think I'm just in that point where it's like up the cardio and just move more, which also helps my nerve damage, and just kind of just hold myself accountable on that stuff and just stay disciplined, right? So it's going to be no question, like I'm just going to do it, right? Even if it's like late at night and I'm so tired and I still got to go hit my 20 minutes of cardio, like my last 20-minute session, it's non-negotiable, right? I'm not going to sit there and let my brain try to talk me out of like, well, it's just one night, right? You know, take some rest. No, you got to really make it non-negotiable. Same with like going over your calories. You can't negotiate yourself. You can't negotiate with yourself on it. You got to be like, nope, we're doing this. I don't care if I'm still a little bit hungry. I don't care if my stomach's still growling. I'll slam some more water, right? That's pretty much what it comes down to. But for shoulders, just gonna do today. I'm gonna do it differently. I'm not gonna do any front delt work because I notice it hits my chest as well. And when I do chest, I'm also working out that front delt, or the front of your shoulders anyways. So I'm just going to do the sides of the shoulder and then the rear delts. So that's pretty much going to be it for shoulder. And then I'm going to be on actually going to be splitting my cardio session today. So I've already done 30 minutes this morning walking at an incline. So then I'll do about anywhere from 30 to an hour of incline walking now after the lift, and then just recovery. I like doing the sauna for 15 minutes and then doing like the massage chairs. It does really help. It does really help with recovery, or hitting the hot tub. So that's pretty much it. So a lot of this is going to be the last 200 and some days. A lot of these videos are going to sound the same, and I'm going to be talking about the same stuff, but it's pretty much we're cutting, right? But when bulking happens, I'm so ready for bulking. Like, and I'm not talking about a dirty bulk, right? I'm talking about just switching from potatoes to rice, eating more carbs and that kind of stuff. And of course, still have some sweet treats, you know. But I really want to get this right leg caught up on my muscle. And I really want to start really getting more muscle gain in my back. So I looked at my back from a year ago to what my back looks like now, and we've put on muscle. We have like the traps and like the snake looks a lot bigger. And then you can see some of my muscles more. I definitely put on muscle. So this last year I can't say was a failure, because it's like a lot of people look at it and be like, oh, you failed because you didn't hit 10%. Or you still have some body fat on you. The way I look at it is I didn't fail. If anything, we still succeeded because we're getting rid of the fat, and I've actually put on some muscle and at the same time. And that's really hard to do. It's not impossible. It's just really hard to do, and you can do it. But once you get to a certain point where it becomes kind of impossible to do. But when you still have more muscle that you can put on, and while dieting down, it's still possible. So the way I looked at my muscles and was looking at some of my progress photos, stuff that I took over a year ago, I definitely have put on more muscle. So we're definitely in the right direction. So you just got to remember, all the work that you're putting in today is going to lead to the progress, right? So then it's like you just got to take it day by day, stick to your diet, stick to your calorie deficit. You can go have Taco Bell, but just stick to your calorie deficit if you're dieting down, and just stick to your gym routine, stick to your cardio. Just doing all that stuff is going to lead to that progress that you want. And then really what you got to look at it as like, I don't want to sit there and put a number on, okay, I want 30 pounds by summer, right? I want to lose 30 pounds by summer, or I want to put 30 pounds of muscle on by summer. What you really need to look at it as is, how can I execute everything better daily that will give me the progress that I want, right? So that's what you need to focus on, is your execution. So you need to focus on your gym, you need to focus on your diet, you need to focus on all those things, and then it will just, and then the results will come. And then the better you get at executing it all and not putting so much on like the results you want by a certain amount of time, it just comes. It freaking just comes all over you. So anyways, let's get in there and get started. So someone stuck up that bathroom, so we came in here, but good thing it was open. I really wish Vasa would have a posing room. A lot of places don't have posing rooms, and I really wish they would change that, because it'd be nice to be able to have a little area to take your progress photos and like pose and all that stuff. But anyways, easy shoulder day. Honestly, it feels like a rest day. Doesn't even feel like a really crazy lift. I mean, I still pushed it hard and pushed my shoulders to failure and my rear delts, but other than that, it doesn't feel like anything crazy. So now I'll do about anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour of cardio on the treadmill, walking on an incline, and then I'll go sit in the sauna. No hot I should have brought my bathing suit and done like a hot tub, brought my Speedo, but it's all good. But anyways, I was just kind of take a look. I look less full today. I look a little bit more leaned out right here, like less, like not bloated, and just like more kind of, just look a little bit more leaner today. Looking good, feeling good. Alright, so I'm excited to just keep pushing hard on these last hopefully 60 days of just upping the cardio and all that stuff, and just really pushing hard this next 60 days before summer, or 57 days or whatever, and we'll see what we get to before summer. And even if we're having to cut into, even if like, because we got what, all of April, and then you got all of May, and then you got all of June. So what is it, June something is the first day of summer? Good job, Megan, you turned the light off. Okay. What is it? Is it in June? Or, yeah, it's in June, right?
Summer?
Summer, like starts in June.
I think so.
So even if we're cutting a little bit through July and August, like I don't mind if we're still cutting between there, because I'm not going to start my bulk until fall anyways. So if we're still cutting, during July, I don't mind at all. As long as I'm 10% before the fall, right? Because fall is where I want to start my bulk. I want to have more food in my system, put on a little bit more fat to stay warmer during winter, and then put on more muscle, and then cut spring, be shredded for summer is what I want to do. So I don't want to, we will fail, it would be a fail if I still have to be cutting it through fall. That means a complete failure. I did something wrong. I didn't keep my track of my calories correctly. So as long as we're not cutting through fall, right, then I'm fine. So as long as when fall starts, we start the bulk, then I'm happy. But anyways, I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video, which will be leg day. And I know I keep saying I'll probably need to take a rest day coming up. I really haven't felt the need to take one. Just because like tomorrow legs are ready to go. Time I did legs, the next day chest is ready to go. Like chest is starting to already feel ready to go. So that's why I'm like, I kind of like how I've been doing it. Because shoulders is just like, it's almost kind of like a rest day. And it gives my muscles more of a break, like especially like my chest and my arms and stuff, and my legs. So I don't know. I kind of like the way I've been doing it. So, anyways, I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video.